All right, so if you look at these graphs, now the first thing I want you to take a look right here, it's are you able to match the following graphs with the equations, okay? Now, we are approaching to the end of this course, and I want to make sure that you can at least tell the basics, okay? Now, and this particular handout that I designed, it's also useful for your SAT preparation, okay? A lot of the questions are actually similar to the SAT questions. Now, all they're asking is very simple stuff. They're just asking, do you know the basics, okay? Do you know the basics of these major functions? And right here in front of you, we have three functions altogether. We have a linear, we have quadratic, and we have exponential. So let's start with the 2x minus 5, okay? So which graph could you say, oh, it's definitely 2x minus 5? Okay, we have two linear graphs right here. We have graph B and graph G. Which one do you think it has to be 2x minus 5? It has to be G because? Because of what? The slope is 2, okay? So on the SAT, it's very often they want to make sure if you know what slope is, you know the difference between the slope of 1/2 and the slope of 2. So that's very easy to tell. And then the next one, let's look at the one on the right. We have a quadratic equation, negative x squared minus 3x plus 4. So here we have two quadratic equations. So which one is the most obvious choice? It has to be D because? What makes D the most obvious choice? Louder? Yeah, the A value and the number in front of x squared, it's negative, so it has to be opening down. So that makes the choice D the most obvious choice. All right. So what about the exponential function down below? We have two exponential functions right here. So how different are these two? The one on the left, it says 5 times 1.5 to the x power. So we have quite a few. So we have A, C, E, and H. They're all exponential functions. So when we're looking at this one, we are looking at, well, I think there's only one choice. Because this number is 1.5, right? That means it must be growing. And now, that's not enough. I also want you to build a habit, okay? Find a point that's easy for you to assess the validity of the validity of this equation. So you can easily put a 0 into the x and say, well, if x is 0, what's the point? There'll be, well, 1.5 to the 0 power, it's 1. 1 times 5 is 5. Do I have a 5 right here? And we say yes. So that confirms your decision right here, okay? And then, so A, it's gone. So now we have 3 graphs that are exponential, okay? We have 3 graphs that are exponential. And what stands out from this graph? The plus 3, how is that a major feature of this graph? What makes it obvious? What's that? It does not go near the x-axis because, well, this thing it can only be the 2 times 0.6 to the x power can only be, well, must be greater than 0. So you have a plus 3 right there. So that means everything must be 3 or above. So that means C must be the obvious choice. E and H, they're all going to the x-axis as the horizontal asymptote. However, it is impossible for this equation to go below 3. Impossible. So that's how you show the connections. All right, so that's the matching part.